Hello crafters and welcome back to the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. My name is Deepa from DeeZinesByD and today I'm going to be sharing this gorgeous floral card made using the Magical Fuchsia set from Spellbinders, and this one is by Alex Syberia and it is amazing. Now this card, although it's kind of hard to see, has a lot of texture because I use the embossing folder on it. So let's go ahead and look at the products. Pretty simple. We've got that embossing folder with the fuchsia in the center. We've got the Letterpress plates, which gives you 3 sentiments and the fuchsia image and coordinating dies. And then you've got the stencil set, which you can use to add color to the Letterpress plate image. Now, those 3 products are made to work together. The sizing is exactly right. There is a die set as well you can buy, and that sizing is a little different. It's not going to work with the 3 of these exactly, but it can be used with it. Now, I'm not going to use a die set today. I'm just using the Letterpress plates, the embossing folder, and the stencils. But I did go ahead and just do the letterpress technique in order to stamp out that image there of the magical fuchsias. I just used the black letterpress ink, nothing fancy. And now I'm going to add the 5 stencils. So there are 5 stencils total. You can use them in order. You don't have to. I'm going to use them in the order today to show you the way that it's intended to be used. I am going to use a few inks here from Pink Fresh Studio. I've got a purple and like a reddish color. I think that's mulberry, and the purple is like purple opulence or something like that. I'll have everything linked in the description down below for you. I've got cherry blossom for the pinks. I've got some olive, some grassy knoll, and then some fresh pear there. And I am actually going to mix the cherry blossom and the fresh pear just a little bit on the petals for the petals that are like near the top, and then the petals that are hanging more at the bottom, I've mixed that mulberry and the purple opulence color there in order to create a nice deep tone there for those florals. Then for the leaves, I'm going to add a mix of olive and the grassy knoll just to create a variation in color and tone, and this just creates a lot of depth and dimension without adding physical dimension, which I think is really nice. And for the sake of clarity, the purple is called opulence and that red color is mulberry blush. So those are the 2 deepest colors that are used in these flowers. So once I've gone ahead and added all those inks that I want to in the order that I want, I'm going to go ahead and then I can cut this out using the coordinating die. Now I like that these 3 products were made such that they can work together because it just gives you so many more options and possibilities. So I do recommend, if you did want to get this this collection and you don't want to buy everything, those 3 sets that work together are absolutely amazing, and you can create tons of different types of cards with just those 3 products. So for my final stencil here, you see I've got some other leaves, and I am making them a little darker than I did the first leaves. Again, this creates just variation in tone and creates more depth, and it also colors in those little tiny circles for like the centers of the flowers. So you can use the green like I did, or you could use something else. And then another thing you could do is, if you don't want to add ink, you could add little small gems to them that would make them really stand out, I think, as well. So I'm actually going to go ahead and grab that coordinating die and cut out this image now. And really everything in the Letterpress set can be cut out with coordinating dies. So I love that there's everything there that you need, and there's not like a sentiment that I can't cut out or something. I've got the embossing folder here, and I'm going to work hard to really align it with the lines on the embossing folder so that it lines up and kind of embosses it perfectly. Now I had all intentions of being perfect on this thing, but once I put it through my machine, it kind of shifted the folder a little bit. So be very careful of that. Make sure you kind of hold it tight as it's going through so it doesn't shift. And then it's a little hard to remove that tape, so just be very careful you're not kind of like tearing your die cut there. And you can see that that added dimension, even though mine's a little off, is still very pretty. Now I've got these arch dies here. They're linked in the description below. I don't remember the name of them right now, but they're there. I'm going to grab 2 sizes. So one, I think it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th arch there. I cut it out of gold matte cardstock, and then the fourth arch out of just some white cardstock, and you can see how I'm going to layer that there to create a nice image. I've got some more white cardstock, and I'm going to grab one of the sentiments here. I think the just because is just, it's perfect. So I'm going to go and put this in my Letterpress system here. I'll cut just a little bit of this cardstock off. I like to line it up in the center. That way I know I'm not going to miss it when I actually put it through the letterpress. And I'm just going to grab some Chianti VersaFine Clear ink, which is a really nice, like it's like a reddy purpley color. It works well with the flowers, the petals, the colors of the petals that we used on the fuchsia. So you can see here that's kind of letterpress is there, really nice. I'm going to use the coordinating die to cut that out, which again, very simple and easy to do. Just line it up and put it through your die cutting machine. I've got a smaller little die cutting machine here that makes cutting these little bits out easier. I do most of my die cutting off screen because I have just the XL system, which is too big to kind of put on screen here. But I mean, everybody knows how to die cut, so I don't think I really have to show you how to do that, right? I'm using a darker green panel here. I have cut it down to 5¼ by 4 inches. The card base is, I think it's side folding. It's either a side or a top folding white card base. So I get a nice little frame there along the edge. I'm adding some craft foam on the white arch that we cut out to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to attach it to that matte gold cardstock to give it a bit of lift and dimension. Anywhere I can add dimension, it's always something that I'm going to do because I love the look of it. It just makes things stand out a little more and gives it, I think, more of a professional look. Now, if you're sending things through the mail, probably kind of skip the dimensional part there. But as I said, like when you're adding ink to your image, by adding different tones of the same color or even different colors, you can create a lot of dimension in a flat 2D space, right? So there's always that option. Now I'm going to add the sentiment here, and I'm just going to have it kind of overhanging that white arch just a little bit onto the gold frame. And so I'll attach that with a little bit of foam adhesive to kind of keep the depth of it, and then I'll go ahead and attach this entire arch to the card. Kind of center it. I'm just eyeballing it. You can measure it if you really want it to be perfect, but I think that's pretty much it. Now I just got to add some bling. So I've got some Pink Fresh Studio ombre glitter drops in Twilight, and these are great because they have a pinky and a purpley tone which go perfectly with these flowers. So I'm just going to add some kind of scattered throughout the image and then kind of off the edge of the frame in order to guide your eye just along the card to look kind of at the bottom, the flowers, the sentiment, and everything. And I always like to mention that I find it important to use an odd number of gems just because it is more aesthetically pleasing. You don't have to. It's just something I do and thought that it was a fun tip for you. So that is my final card for today. I hope that you like how this one turned out and you're inspired to use this collection too. Everything used is linked in the description down below, so you can check that out in the ScrapbookPal store. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Have a great day. Bye.